16-1 that all four click, and I think we'll get a good run for our money.
Okay, before I let you go, can you just confirm the bet builder insurance, the odds and the value of that charity bet one more time for me, Rob?
Right, so Chelsea against City, four-legged bet builder. The stake is a tenner, so both teams to score, Sterling to score, Haaland to score, and City to win. All four win, it's over 170 quid, and as always, the charity is the Attitude Foundation.
I think it's happening. Rob, thanks for coming on. Enjoy the game.
Sure, guys.
Thanks, pal. There you go. That was Rob Callison. Thanks to our friends at Paddy Power. For today's bet builder, minimum odds 1 to 5 per leg, 80 plus begambleaware.org.
Paddy Power on TalkSport. Get money back as a free bet if one leg of your 4+ bold bet builder lets you down. Check paddypower.com for more details.
Pre-match only, max free bet £10. Excludes enhanced match odds. Mean odds 1 to 5 on exclusive. T's and C's apply. 18 plus begambleaware.org.
You don't have to be so strong.
Bailey in behind the defence and he's racing clear past the goalkeeper. He's gone beyond him. It's an open goal and he's missed it. An open goal. 10 yards from it. No one but green grass between him and 3 points, and he's missed the opportunity.
He was crying, but I think it's good because we have to feel. We have to feel with our supporter, and when you are thinking the responsibility you had to score and to win the match, and you didn't do it, it's good to feel and to cry.
We're talking about Leon Bailey now. Raced through last night, missed in the dying seconds. They missed out on all 3 points. He tweeted after the game, "I'm really sorry, villains. I feel to blame for not coming away with all 3 points tonight. It's really hard to take. I'm very disappointed in myself. Surely will be very difficult to sleep tonight, but I'll try to keep my head up." What do you make of? Firstly, what did you make of the chance? Because I've seen it a few times now. I thought the end shot was poor, but it wasn't an easy opportunity to score a goal.
I wouldn't say it was an easy chance. I think if he was on the other side, he scores it because he's left footed.
Yeah.
So you've got to take that into account on his weaker side. The defender's running back, and by the way, Kilman, did you see the one he came off the line? The volley, incredible.
Fantastic.
So it wasn't an easy chance, but I still think it's an overreaction, which tells me, if we're keeping it simply on the pitch, I think it was an overreaction. But if he's got things going on in his life, like we know that he was obviously robbed not that long ago, unless that's still in play, then I get it. He's got things going on.
Stuff happening in his life away from the pitch.
Then that's a different conversation.
Okay.
But in terms of on the pitch, yeah, I just thought it was an overreaction, and like I get it's a Midlands derby. I've played in that game before. Like it wasn't like it was a game to stay up. I know they wanted the 3 points. It was just a little bit of a, I don't know, it just looked to me like they were saying maybe there's more going on than just what goes on the pitch, because he's put in some good performances this season. We're still probably waiting for him to show the consistency that he showed at Leverkusen, why Aston Villa parted money to sign him. So it'll come back from this, but it's the whole social media apologies I don't understand. I don't get, like, Man United were the ones, they would have worse for that.
Do you think? See, we've seen it in recent years, sadly, where a player misses either a penalty. We've seen it in Euros. We've seen it in games. And they don't take to social media, and then they get absolutely slaughtered on social media. Do you think he's tried to preempt all that? Maybe he's gone onto social media before any of the abuse that he gets. Not that that's a reason to do. I'm just trying to think outside the box. Excuse the pun.
Listen, potentially, because look, we've seen before, and listen, I know people will go, really, but we've seen it before. When black people have missed penalties, they've been hammered for it. We saw it with the Euros.
Yeah.
So whether that's gone through his head, and that's why he's obviously the tears have come out, and all this stuff's gone through his head, potentially that's why. But I still think in that particular moment, I just thought he's missed the chance. I understand that, but listen, he might do that another 50 times throughout his career, but he will score as well. So
okay, from a fan's perspective, do you not think they will be thinking, I like the fact that he shows so much passion, but after the game he wants to come out and apologise for that? Like, he doesn't have to. He doesn't have to at all.
I'm sure Aston Villa fans will understand that, because he's one of theirs. Do you know what I mean? He's showing the passion for that football club. I'm sure other fans from other clubs will be like, So, like, put it this way, like Click for Leeds was crying on the pitch yesterday. Because is that his last game? He's supposed to be leaving.
That's right.
And even that, I thought, well, is he a Leeds legend? Has he been there for like 10 years plus? No. So that was a bit surprising to me as well.
Let's speak to an Aston Villa fan. He goes by the name of Jerry. Hello, Jerry. Good afternoon.
Hi, Andy, Darren.
Thank you, Jerry. Are you all right? You good today? You well?
Yeah, on the way home at last, so yeah, it's always good to be home.
Good, okay. Well, drive safe. What are you phoned up to say?
Leon Bailey, I hate the fact that he thinks he has to apologise on social media. I was there in the Old Den last night. We were singing "We Love You, Leon Bailey" in the end when he was crying. There's no need for that. He's made a mistake. He's scuffed his shot. it won't be the first, it won't be the last.
Okay. Do you think other Aston Villa fans feel the same?
If they do, I don't think they're real true Aston Villa fans. He's one of ours.
Do you know what it is? You'll get some Villa fans that are, obviously would be like, he should have scored it, and of course you can't. Not everyone's gonna have the same opinion. And yes, he probably should have scored. Someone of his quality, because he has scored some great goals for Villa, by the way. You'd expect him to put it away, but just it almost felt like there was so many emotions going through his head at the time. The missed chance, the chance that they missed out on 3 points, whatever's gone on in his life outside of the pitch, it maybe all caught up to him at once. Because even after the final whistle, when he went back down again, and then I think it was Ollie Watkins and Tyrone Mings trying to pull him up and just like kind of console him. It was.
Do you think it would have been a different outcome had he missed that in the first 5 minutes?
Yes.
You do?
I do, yeah, because you've got another 85 minutes to try and rectify it.
We carry on taking calls on all the above, not just that, but Spurs and Harry Kane as well. 03717 22 33 44. We'll do that when we come back. Our new feature as well, day 2 of What's in Ed's Head.
TalkSport Drive with Motorpoint. Unbeatable prices on cars and vans under 4 years old and less than 30,000 miles. Visit motorpoint.co.uk.
Life is complicated. Hastings Direct Car Insurance is simple. Relationships are messy and complex and full on. Hastings Direct Car Insurance is simple. Finding your way is hard. But Hastings Direct Car Insurance is simple. Great cover, great price, and a great app that makes insurance that much simpler to get, check, and change. Hastings Direct. Simplicity is the best policy.
Spin to win at Howdens today with over 3,000 prizes, including £2,000 towards your next holiday. Apple Watches, dash cams, DeWalt Power Tool bundles, iPad minis, takeaway vouchers, and more. Just buy any Stanley, Irwin, or DeWalt product, then spin the rooster for your chance to win. It's open to UK trade account holders till January the 31st, so get to your local Howdens depot. And don't forget, our Quote Buster Challenge is also on now. Bring us your quote today. T's and C's apply. Visit howdensrooster.com/spintheRooster/terms.
All right, Twinkle Toes, it's your mate at Rift here to remind you to get your tax refund sorted. If you've paid out for tools, food or travel for work and not been reimbursed, you could be owed some cash. And with the price of everything going up, that could be a nice little Brucey bonus. On average, we get our customers £3,000 back. Search Rift tax refunds today. R-I-F-T, Rift gets tax refunds for me. Rift, we'll get you what you're owed.
The Vodafone Big Winter Sale is now on. Save £396 with the incredible Samsung Galaxy S22 from only £27 per month and £29 up front with 6 gigs of data. Just one of the amazing offers in the Vodafone Big Winter Sale. Go online or install today. Offer ends 26th of January. Vodafone.
Save £180 on device and £216 on airtime plan. CPI plus 3.9%. Credit check verifications and terms at vodafone.co.uk/mobile. Credit by Vodafone.
There's one thing that hasn't gone up in price this year. The Sun's Holes from £9.50. So grab yourself a big break that won't break the piggy bank. With a choice of over 170 locations across the UK and Europe, there's a holiday for everyone. Pick up the Sun this Saturday to start collecting. Price based on a minimum of 4 people sharing. T's and C's apply.
I'm Professor Noel Fitzpatrick, and as a vet, I know you want the best care for your animal companion. Pet insurance can help, but you need to choose wisely as not all policies are the same. Pet Plan aim to pay claims quickly and without a fuss, and that's one reason why so many vets work with them.
Get your pet the best veterinary care. Save 10% on new policies when you insure at petplan.co.uk. T's and C's apply. Fitzall Media is an appointed representative of Pet Plan Limited.
Traffic and travel on TalkSport with Swinton Van Insurance. Looking to insure your van? Don't worry, we've got you covered. Get a quote today. Swinton Van Insurance.
Strike action continues on the National Rail Network tonight, so do check before you travel. On the roads in Berkshire, the M4 westbound has a lane shut for a collision. It's happened between Hungerford, junction 14, and Swindon East at junction 15. And in Hampshire, the coastbound M3 is slow. That was partly blocked earlier after a collision between Winchester at junction 10 and Winchester South at junction 11. All lanes, though, now back open. I'm Adam Moore.
Giving the lounge that lick of paint. Once this week's out the way, heading off that first run until the rain stops. We've all been there, waiting until everything's just right to make a move. But if you speak to NatWest, we could help you get your 2023 plans into action. Don't worry about the run. You've got goals to chase. Kickstart your year with NatWest. NatWest, tomorrow begins today.
Get the rumours and reports of all the big name moves, transfer updates on TalkSport and TalkSport 2.
Now this is kind of music we like.
Yeah, and Alex.
All you wanna do is.
Hey, just funny. Just funny. Some people out there are really funny.
Yeah.
Someone's put here, if Darwin Nunez had to apologise for every chance he missed, he'd spend an hour and a half after every game on Twitter.
That's a very good point. Talking of Darwin Nunez, in the next hour drive, actually, on TalkSport, we are talking about Darwin Nunez, or you will be. He's scored 5 Premier League goals this season. And Bentley's also going to tell us how many shots he's had a bit later on. Plus, Bentley will tell him how he transforms those chances to goals. So you're talking Darwin Nunez later on in the show.
Okay.
You know that?
I didn't know that, actually.
Yeah,
Thinking inside the box.
Don't
Don't worry, Joe, I knew that, mate.
Just quickly as well, Jake, what do you make of this? Jake Paul intends to fight in MMA in 2023 after signing a deal with the Professional Fighters League. Paul mentioned UFC legend Nate Diaz as a potential opponent.
Nate Diaz would kill him. Can I say that? You want to dump that?
No, you can say, that's fighting talk, right? That's what they say. Boxers, I'm going to kill him.
Nate Diaz, man.
You
Yeah, he's talking about one of the greats.
You don't mean literally, do you? You
No.
mean beat him up?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that's fine.
I like Nate Diaz as well.
Do you?
Yeah, I like the way he's funny.
Yeah. Is he?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Right, let's take a look ever so quickly at this week's EFL action with Carlin.
EFL update on TalkSport with Carling, the UK's #1 lager. 18 plus, please drink responsibly.
Now, in a moment, a couple of minutes, Ed will be in the studio, so we'll be playing another round of What's in Ed's Head. But just quickly, some EFL chat between me and you, Benny. I'll throw some stuff your way. We're going to make a David Wagner set to replace Dean Smith as Norwich manager very soon. He was sacked, Smudge was smacked on the 27th of December. Is David Wagner a good fit for them, Benny, do you think?
Well, he got them. I'm sure he got them promoted before, didn't he? Huddersfield.
Yeah, of course he did. Yeah.
He got them promoted. He got Huddersfield promoted, so he knows what it takes to get out of that division. But I feel for Dean Smith because I look at Norwich and I know they currently sit 11th, but they know how to get it done. And Dean Smith again is another manager who knows how to get it done. So it shocked me when they sacked him at Villa, and it shocked me when they sacked him at Norwich. But because David Wagner's history with the Championship and getting Huddersfield out of that division, yeah, it probably would be a good fit. Rather than them taking a risk, I quite like David Wagner. I think
they've gone for a manager that knows what to do. Exactly. And knows that league. I hear that turn of phrase so often. He knows the division. I think it's so important.
I think that division is. I think we need that type of experience. I know Vincent Kompany's going against the mould, and I understand that. But I think it helps when you've got a manager. I think Michael Carrick's going against the mould as well. So
do you mean against the grain?
So I don't really know.
Against the grain.
Against the grain.
Yeah, not against the mould. Talking of a player that knows the division, Darren Ferguson has been appointed the manager of League One side Peterborough United. That was yesterday. I think was it yesterday or today? It says yesterday. Was it not today? Anyway, for a 4th time.
Don't get it.
A 4th time.
You know what I don't get? I was having this conversation a couple weeks back with Aaron McLean, played for Peterborough, and when they lost their man, they sacked their manager, and I was like, I made a joke. I said, should Darren Ferguson never go back? He went, no, that's him, and that club done 4 times. And I'm sure he hasn't done great every time he's gone back there.
It's just to steady the ship, I'm guessing, isn't it?
But it must be almost like, right, what should we do? We haven't really got any replacements. You know what we'll do? We'll get Darren Ferguson in.
Yeah.
We'll get Darren. And I'm sure the first couple of times, or the first time, it ended badly as well. Really badly.
What do you make of managers going back to clubs? Because we've talked about Spurs so many times, and so many Spurs fans want Pochettino back. Is it a good thing? Can it work? Does it work?
It's happened a couple of times, you'd have to say, with Mourinho. Worked, then he went back and won the league at Chelsea. See, I always think you need to move on, but I guess with Pochettino, because they played such good football when he was there, and the way it ended, Spurs fans were quite disappointed. That almost feels like it's inevitable that's going to happen sooner rather than later, I think.
Just ever so quickly, Carlo Torres Wigan, they're rock bottom of the Championship. Since he's taken over, 1 draw, 4 defeats. They've scored 5, conceded 15. I mean, that's pretty appalling. How's he going to turn that around?
It is appalling, yeah. Listen, I hope he gets given time. Again, it's the Championship's relentless, but they're on 24 points. If they put a run together, they could go like 18th.
Yeah, they're a win away from getting out.
Do you know what I mean? It's a weird. So,
You're
but
right.
you've got to give him time. Surely it's his first proper managerial job. I think he's been with Brendan at Leicester, so watching what he does.
Yeah.
These young managers need time, but you know what it's like. in modern football is cutthroat. You get results. You don't get results in the first couple, you're out.
That was a look at this week's EFL action. Thanks to Carlin, the UK's #1 lager, 18 plus. Please drink responsibly.
EFL update on Talk Sport with Carling, the UK's #1 lager. 18 plus, please drink responsibly.
In a moment, Ed will be in and we'll be finding out what's in Ed's head. But quickly, let's go to the phone lines. Andrew's a Villa fan. Hello, Andy. How are you?
I'm pretty good, Andy. How are you?
I'm good. I'm very well. You're calling from the United States of America, is that right?
That is correct. On the East Coast, in New Jersey, yes.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, listen, thank you for listening to our show. What would you like to say?
Yeah, just to provide a little bit more perspective on Leon Bailey. So I don't know if you guys know or remember, but I think it was September of 2021 where he scored against Everton, and I think a couple of days before his friend had died. And when he scored against Everton, injuring himself during the process, he lifted his shirt, in memory of her because she had died. Yesterday was her birthday. And I think that's part of the reason why he cried. Full disclosure, I don't know Liam Bailey. I haven't spoken to him, but I've been following his career for a long time, and I follow him on social media. And even yesterday, he had posted on his story, R.I.P. His friend Steffi Gregg, I think her name is. And I think when he got that shot, he was probably thinking, I'm going to score this and honor her. And when it didn't happen, it all came to a head. So I think we just need to be a little more sensitive about what could be happening in other people's personal lives. And, we watch them on the pitch, and we, watch them on TV, and we think we know them, and we criticize them. And I heard even a couple of your presenters, Danny Murphy and Abong Lahore, criticizing him crying. And it's ridiculous, to be honest. He wasn't crying because he missed a shot. He's missed a few this year, to be fair. That was probably part of the reason, or a big part of the reason why he broke down the way he did, because he was remembering his friend. And he probably thought, if I scored, I'll lift my shirt again and, honor her.
Yeah. Andrew, thank you so much for your call.
No problem. Thank you.
That makes more sense.
You've got to be so careful about criticising players, because you don't, as you quite rightly said, you don't know what's going on in their head.
You mentioned the Everton game, I remember that. He came off the bench, scored an unbelievable goal, and I think he ripped his groin. Straight after that, come straight back off.
Yeah. Great call that was. Thank you, Andrew. Ed's in the studio. You all right, Ed?
Yeah, really well, yeah.
For today's fun, to find out what's in Ed's head.
Yeah.
Should we play it?
Yes,
let's do it. Okay.
What's in Ed's head?
The rules are very simple. You've written something on a piece of paper, and it could be a person, it could be a place. Yesterday, for argument's sake, it was a plum.
It was a plum.
Me and Bentley work as a team. We've got a minute on the clock, and we've got to try and ask you as many questions as you can just say yes or no to work out what's in your head.
So is it just yes or no, he says?
Just yes or no.
Okay.
All right. And we take it in turns. We fire the questions at you.
Yeah.
All right. Time to beat is 55 seconds. All right. From yesterday. Benny, do you want to go first?
You go first, so I can get the gist of it.
Are you ready, Ed?
Yeah.
Let's try and find out what's in Ed's head. Is it a man?
No.
Is it an animal?
No.
Why wouldn't you go, is it a woman? Is it a woman?
Yeah, it could be an animal.
Can you look at me? Is it a woman?
No.
Come on.
So it's not an animal, it's not a woman?
Maybe an animal. No, it's not an animal.
What is this? What is this?
No, keep going.
What is this?
Right. Is it living?
Yes.
Has it got a heartbeat?
Yes.
All right. Can I see it at the zoo?
No.
Can you buy one?
Yes.
Can I eat it?
Yes.
Can I fit it in my mouth?
Yes.
Can you get it from superstores? Markets?
Yes.
Supermarkets?
Yes.
Does it taste nice?
Yes.
Is it a prawn?
No.
Oh. Is it an oyster?
No.
Is it under the water? You find it under the water?
Yes.
Sea bass?
No.
Salmon?
No.
Can I skin it?
No.
Mussels?
No.
Can I eat it raw?
Oyster?
Can I eat it raw?
Sure.
Quickly, come on.
Not sure, he said.
Does it stink?
Yes.
Scampi?
Do you know? It's a clam.
You've written clam down, have you? Clam.
Well played.
You was close, though.
Clam. You've gone from plum one day to clam the next.
Yeah.
That says so much about you. There you go. That was what's in Ed's head. When we come back, we will be asking the question, how early is too early to sack a manager? We'll be taking calls from Southampton fans for obvious reasons as well. If you want to have your say on National Radio, get involved now. 03717223344. That was today's What's in Ed's Head.
TalkSport Drive with Motorpoint. There's no car like a Motorpoint car.
Designers and artists with broad imaginations, architects and specifiers across all of the nations. From wardrobes to beds, our quality can't be denied. One of our innovative products can even be used outside. Outdoor kitchens and games, a summer house withstands all kinds of weather all the year round. Through the heat of the summer into cold winter chill, still a half century later, Medite makes it real. Join the Medite MDF community at meditemakesitreal.com.
This winter, get great entertainment at Sky's lowest ever price. Sky TV and Netflix for just £24 a month over 18 months, with no upfront fees. All the best shows for Sky's lowest ever price are just £24 a month. Now that's value you can believe in. Go to sky.com or head to a Sky store today. Ends 3rd of February. Requires Sky Ultimate TV subscription. Sky Stream Puck and broadband. Minimum speed 10 megabits per second. Terms apply.
All right, Twinkle Toes. It's your mate at Rift here to remind you to get your tax refund sorted.
R-I-F-T! Rift gets tax refunds for me!
Rift. We'll get you what you're owed.
For Betfair, betting is supposed to be fun. A way to play where you're in control. And to help you make the right choice and stay in control, Betfair has created some online tools. They're practical, so you can set yourself a deposit limit or a loss limit. Get reminders after a certain amount of time playing with Gaming Time Check. And take breaks with a timeout, so your betting stays fun. To try them out, go to safergambling.betfair.com.
18 plus begambleaware.org. I just entered that competition again to win £3,000 of BP Me rewards points.
So did I.
But you didn't buy the fuel. I did.
Didn't have to. It's with any purchase. And I purchased Jelly Babies.
Oh, did you get me some?
I did. Not. Win £3,000 worth of points every day until the 28th of February to spend on anything from a year's free fuel to your favourite BP treats. Just scan your BP Me rewards card each time you shop. BP, here for all of life's journeys. Terms and conditions apply. For full conditions, see bpmerewards.co.uk.
Buy a used car from Arnold Clark and get an extra £500 on top of your part exchange. We'll even give you 2 years servicing for free. That's what we call the real deal. Choose from 20,000 cars and collect at your nearest store. The real deal is on right now at Arnold Clark. Build your own deal and see our terms and conditions at arnoldclark.com.
On 1089 and 1053 medium wave, online, on your mobile, and on your smart speaker. Talk Sport.
Southampton fans not happy, understandably so. Calling for the head of their manager. Is it too early to sack a manager after X amount of days? How many days is okay? 03717223344. 41 days is the record. Les Reed in charge of Charlton. Nathan Jones is under the cosh. 4 games in the Premier League, lost them all, 1 in the League Cup as well. Southampton is where we go next. 03717223344. Tom Clayton gives us sport in a sec. First with the news is Ellie Harris.
We've got an update on Damar Hamlin.
And is English football set for a major shake-up?
Talk Sport.
Damar Hamlin showing remarkable improvement in the latest update on the NFL player. The Buffalo Bills say he has brain function and his lungs are continuing to heal following his cardiac arrest during their game against the Cincinnati Bengals on Monday. Their head coach, Zach Taylor, has been praising Buffalo boss Sean McDermott for his reaction.
Unprecedented is the word that gets thrown out a lot about this situation because that's what it is. But in that moment, he really showed who he was, that all his focus was just on Damar and being there for him, being there for his family at the hospital.
Vladimir Putin's ordered a 36-hour ceasefire in Ukraine. It's to coincide with the Russian Orthodox Christmas holiday this weekend and will allow troops to attend services. The government's yet again calling on trade unions to cancel upcoming strikes as they invite them to meet for further conversations around pay. It comes as ministers are looking into bringing in a new law which will stop strikes impacting so many different services. Prince Harry's admitted he took cocaine as a teenager in his yet-to-be-released book. The Duke of Sussex says he tried it at 17, but it didn't make him especially happy. And the Climate Change Committee's told TalkSport it's only going to get hotter in the UK as 2022 breaks weather records. Here's Richard Miller.
While global greenhouse gas emissions continue,
Do you expect to see more and more years that continue to break the temperature record here in the UK and elsewhere around the world?
For the first time, the average temperature in 2022 was 10 degrees.
Talk Sport weather with QuickFit. Claim your free creative Movo Play Bluetooth speaker when you buy 2 or more Michelin Cross Climate tyres. Book today at quickfit.com or your local centre and drive away happy every time. Conditions apply.
Tonight, rain will move eastwards with clear spells behind it, wet and windy in the northwest though.
Talk Sport Sports Update with EE. You can't always count on VAR getting it right, but you can count on EE full fibre broadband to give you the speed you pay for, even at peak times. Powered by BT.
I'm Tom Clayton. Good afternoon. The bosses of English football will meet tomorrow morning to discuss potentially massive changes to the English game. TalkSport's Kane Reeves has more.
As part of a deal to share Premier League money with EFL clubs, domestic cups could face major changes from 2024. Directors of the Premier League, EFL and the FA will discuss ideas, including scrapping FA Cup replays. It's reported the EFL is open to changes to the Carabao Cup, including having sides playing in Europe that season fielding youth teams.
French defender Benoit Badiashile has become Chelsea's first signing of the January transfer window. He joins for around £35 million on a 7.5-year deal, keeping him in West London until 2030. Chelsea are in action this evening against Manchester City. We'll have live updates throughout. Frank Lampard says Everton's fans deserve to be shown that the players care about the club.
Well, we can only control what we can control, so we want to perform well. And show performances with a real work ethic and passion. I've always said that always ignites the fans in the right way. That's our responsibility.
Lampard also says he's never sought reassurances about his tenure as Everton manager. They face Manchester United in the FA Cup tomorrow evening. You can hear it exclusively on Talk Sports. Jordan Nobbs is swapping WSL clubs, moving from Arsenal to Aston Villa. The England international joins on an 18-month contract. And there could be a new F1 team in the not-too-distant future. A partnership between American team Andretti Motorsports and car brand Cadillac have expressed interest in joining the sport as a constructor.
On DAB, on AM, on the app and on your smart speaker. TalkSport Drive. Get into gear for a new drive home.
To the motorway of sport.
TalkSport Drive.
Welcome back to another tour drive time on TalkSport with me and the goals in down here. By the way, it's Darren Ben. We'll have a bit of that. We will have a bit of that. Still to come on the show, we're going to discuss how Darwin Nunez turns his chances into more Premier League goals, and we'll be asking whether tonight is a must-not lose for Chelsea and Man City. Now, though, how early is too early to sack a manager?
More booze as the full-time whistle blows. Nathan Jones becomes only the second Southampton manager in their history to lose all 4 of his first Premier League matches.
Moments happen in football that can change confidence, can change momentum, can change everything.
Nottingham Forest have only their second away goal of the season. It's a catastrophe from Lianco and Southampton.
I've dealt with Les Reed before in the England setup. I always found he had a bit of a school teacher mentality.
Swansea to me looked like they're in a total and utter drift. You know, they were in a drift, I suspect, the moment they started to employ that American Bob Bradley.
The crowd are not convinced about Nathan as a manager. You can tell that.
With Frank, when he came to the Premier League, it was obviously his first experience. He'd been used to Ajax, and it's a different way of playing.
Southampton remain rock bottom, 4 points adrift of safety as it stands, and they're a chance towards Nathan Jones of you don't know what you're doing.
Can I just point out that when Jamie O'Hara says he's dealt with Les Reed at England, I don't think playing FIFA counts. Right? I don't. That's what we're going to talk about now. Not Jamie O'Hara. We're going to talk about Southampton and what on earth is going on with them and Nathan Jones. Currently bottom of the Premier League, Southampton. They've lost, at least their last 5 games. They've only won 3 so far this season. I think it's 12 they've lost in all. Under his reign, they've lost 4 games in the Premier League. Liverpool was, of course, a toughie. Brighton, Fulham and Forest, they've lost 1 in the League Cup as well. Last night there were boos, fans wanting him to go. Firstly, what do you make of his time? It's such a limited time there.
4 games.
I know. 5 in total, 4 in the Premier League. But, every manager deserves at least some time, right?
Yeah, they do. See, when I go back to my time with Les Reed, certainly the first time, we was in bad form anyway. So we had Ian Dowie who came
at Charlton.
Charlton, right? So Ian Dowie.
Can I just say, so Les Reed holds the record for the least amount of time in charge.
Yeah.
In Charlton, all right, Charlton, 41 days.
We played 7 games in that time.
Okay, you were there.
Yep.
Second on that list is Rennie Mullinston at Fulham, 75 days. You were there as well. Okay,
What are you trying to say?
There's a thing. Third on the list is Frank de Boer at Palace.
I wasn't there.
77 days. So 41. Go on, go back to Les Reed. 41 days in charge of Charlton.
So he was there. So when, again, and I've said it before, and I'm sure Charlton fans would agree with me, the club's never been the same since Curbs left. So Curbs left, and then they've had good managers. Chris Powell done well there, Johnny Jackson for a period, but it was one of them where, so Curbs left, Ian Dowie came in, really good coach. Actually surprised me how good he was as a coach. Les Reed came in, and I can't remember who came in with him, and then our results were poor, and it almost felt like Ian Dowie got sacked, so they just moved Les into the hot seat, but we had no confidence anyway. So I think his last game in charge, and don't quote me on this, but was Reading, and we went down there and we got beat 3-0 or something, we got battered, but in that whole 7 games we were awful. Couldn't get anything going. I can remember it like it was yesterday because I didn't score a goal in them 7 games.
Wow, that's not like you.
Yeah, didn't score them goals in them 7 games. And then Pardew came in, and I scored in my first 2 for Pardew, but he just brought something different. But with Les, we was in bad form, no confidence, and because he'd been there from the kind of the get-go, but he hadn't managed, the players were a little bit like, really? Is this what we're in a relegation battle, and this is what we've got to do with? So that didn't work. Rennie Mullinston was probably a victim of the same thing. It was Martin Yole started the season, Rennie Mullinston was there, and they just got the job by kind of default. Do you know what I mean? So it didn't work. But for Nathan Jones, I mean, when you look at his record, certainly at Luton, Luton's not a powerhouse, right?
Yeah.
303 games in charge. He's won 143 of them.
He did really well.
And he's only lost 82.
Yeah.
Now, for a club like Luton, that's a very good record.
Yeah. Stoke was appalling.
Stoke was appalling. Absolutely appalling when he was there at Stoke. But here at Southampton, I mean, it's not the easiest of a start. Liverpool, is it? You're going to struggle with that one. But I think the results against, obviously, Fulham, even though they're going really well, and the Forest one, the reason the fans booed so early, and it's only been 4 games, is because I don't think they wanted him in the first place. Now, if you're going to let Ralph go and you're going to bring in someone who's got Premier League experience and someone maybe with a little bit of Premier League pedigree, or someone who's maybe got a bit of European pedigree, which sounds a bit pig-headed, but this is what the climate that we live in. I think the Southampton fans would probably go, okay, when you let Ralph go and then you bring in Nathan Jones, it tells me that they're booing already. They never wanted him in the first place.
I can see that happening the other way around, letting Nathan go to bring in Ralph.
And then bringing Ralph. That makes sense.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I hope they give Nathan Jones time, because funny enough, I worked with Nathan Jones at Brighton for 4 weeks. Good coach, quite intense. But he's got a big job in his hands. And when you look at what Southampton have done over the last couple, recruited really young. They've gone a different direction. People like, they brought in Lavia. I think he's only like 18 or something. They've brought in the goalkeeper.